Here now with much more, Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins. Secretary Rollins, it is such a pleasure to see you tonight. And I know President Trump credits you personally with bringing down the price of eggs. They hit $5.37 at some point during Biden. Now I checked, about $3.13. How did you do this?
Well, hi, Kellyanne. What a joy to be on with you today. And oh, my goodness, we have had quite a couple of months. But yes, the president has talked a lot about how the eggs were up 237% during Joe Biden, but no one talked about it. But the minute that he took office, then all of a sudden it's his fault. So one of the first conversations we had was, how in the world, Brooke, you got to go fix it. We got to figure out what to do. So we rolled out a pretty massive 5-point plan, repopulation, importing eggs, ensuring that we were getting the right deregulation out, et cetera, et cetera. And the price of eggs almost immediately started to come down. So the president has been very vocal about making sure that we have the price of groceries are coming down, that in fact that we're doing everything we can to ensure that groceries and really all things that American consumers need are affordable again.
Secretary Rollins, you were confirmed with quite a high number of Democrats in favor of your nomination. Good for you. But when I see someone like New York Governor Kathy Hochul politicizing the price of eggs and pretending that New York, which she has overtaxed and overregulated, refusing to frack and all of that, she pretends that she can't afford eggs at the governor's mansion. How do you deal with Democrats trying to politicize eggs? And I think she's a special case. I think if Kathy Hochul were an egg, she would not be sunny side up, she'd be scrambled. So maybe she's a special case. But do you feel like you can work with Democrats on something as simple as this and all the great work you need to do at the Department of Agriculture with our farmers, our ranchers, our school lunch program?
Well, that's so true. And honestly, we have had a lot of governors we're working with right now on SNAP reform that are Democrat. Of course, all the Republicans are completely open to the America First agenda. You know this. We've worked together a long time. But we've actually had some Democrats. Governor Polis of Colorado and a few others have stepped up. They want to do real reform. And I think there's no question the food stamp program is run by the USDA, that the amount of money that taxpayers are spending to buy, junk food and sodas for kids that's not healthy, and then we pay for it on the back end as well. So, there are some that we're working across party lines with, some we can't. Perhaps Governor Hochul is one of those that can't. But, it is a new day in Washington, and the president is leading the way. So many people are alongside him, both on the inside and on the outside, and just working really hard to make America great again.
And Brooke, when we think about the USDA, each of us probably thinks of something different. Some folks will think about agriculture, others livestock. Yeah. Some will think of SNAP and the school lunch program. Others will think of any number of issues facing them. Tell us about the next 100 days or the rest of this calendar year for the USDA. What are your priorities as its secretary?
Well, as you have probably witnessed, because these are a lot of your really good friends too, this cabinet is hyper-focused and completely intent on deploying and employing and implementing President Trump's vision of really bringing the power and returning it back to the people. So across all the cabinets, not just USDA, deregulation, right? I mean, ensuring that we're getting government off the backs of the people. Of course, at USDA, it's making sure that we're realigning an entire department around putting farmers and ranchers first and making farming great again. And certainly with the trades and the tariffs and the cost of labor, and I mean, much of this was under Joe Biden, but how do we ensure that we are realigning an American economy that puts America first and puts our farmers and our ranchers first? So we'll keep doing that all day, every day, 7 days a week at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. But what's really exciting is that it's happening across the entire government, the federal government, and in partnership with the governors out in the states.
Secretary Rollins, as these bilateral trade deals come to be with other countries and companies, how hopeful are your farmers and ranchers that we're going to be able to open up new markets around the world for American products?
Well, that is a massive focus at USDA. There was a $0 trade deficit when we left 4 years ago. Kellyanne, when you and I sort of walked out together, 4 years later, there's almost a $50 billion trade deficit with just our agriculture products. That's $50 billion less dollars that's in the pockets of our farmers and ranchers and our ag community and the community across the country. So I'll be visiting 6 countries in the next couple of months: Vietnam, India, Brazil, Peru, Japan, et cetera, to ensure that we're moving our products back out into the world, not only feeding America, which is most important, putting America first. Food security is national security, as we all know, but also opening up markets around the world so that our farmers and our ranchers and our rural communities can see prosperity like they've never seen before.
Secretary Brooke Rollins of the United States Department of Agriculture, happy Holy Easter to you and your beautiful family. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.